heart swells with joy as I greet my fearless leader for the first time as El Presidente.
Yes, thank you. So we have accomplished it. We have left the colonial era, and we are now moving into world wars. So new opportunities, new things have been unlocked, and also more things are going to be expected of us. So excellent. It's a subtle touch, but you'll notice that our road has changed. It's gone from a dirt road to an actual paved road. You'll see, let's pause. You'll see that we now actually have vehicles on the road as opposed to those carts. Just little subtle touches. Now, before I forget, now we were talking about the newspaper and how you can make a setting to change people's views. Now that we have gone into the World War era, we now have a new set of things that the newspaper can talk about. What I want to do, you earn. So this is a way now to make money off of the newspaper. All right. And while we're paused, let's zoom out a bit. So if you remember, in the colonial era, we really had to juggle two relationships. Yes, we had our internal advisor, but we had to satisfy the crown, and we had to work with Sophia in order to get our independence. Now in the world wars, we're going to have to juggle relationships with two superpowers, and we're going to have to eventually form an alliance with one of these two superpowers. And now we're also going to have to juggle 4 political factions within our island. So we've got the Allies.
What's that? Oh, Presidente. That's a relief. For a second there I thought you were the Hun. Do not be concerned
The
by
Axis.
physical severity, Presidente. I have a condition of the face muscles, which means that I cannot...
I'll be with you in a minute,
Capitalists.
Presidente. I'm just counting my money.
The comrades
Communists.
wish me to introduce you to all of them personally, Presidente.
Let me guess.
Religious.
You're thinking.
Do not fear the sanctity
And
of your
militarists.
borders, Presidente, for I, General Rodrigo...
So now we've got more individuals to juggle, more different political directions that are going to be tugging at us, and we're going to have to get to the point where we are aligned with 1 or 2 superpowers. But it doesn't mean that until that happens that we can't export to both of them. So might as well make money on both of them. But at some point, we're going to have to make a decision. A new era and more demands, more people that we have to work with. Things have been unlocked. So now we've got a power plant that we need to work with. This is the most important one. We want to get into canning our pineapple and fish. I want to get into a cigar factory. I want to get into a shipyard, steel mill. There's so much. We need to increase the type of housing, more entertainment. Definitely need a high school. We need a radio station, fire station, clinic. So there's things that we've got to do. We've got work to do and limited funds. So let's do this. we already have things in place, and we have lots of planks. So I would love to do everything all at once. I just can't. Got to be fiscally, so I have to unlock it, the shipyard, and then I actually have to pay for the shipyard. All right. I still need immigrants. I need many. So do that. Research. See, our research has reset. So let's do research for radio. Let's do research here for clinic. Labor policy, literacy program. Let's do state loans just in case we get into a tight spot and we need a loan. And wealth tax, we'll do some research for those things. Okay. And then I want to show you my trade. Nothing. Everything got reset. So all of the trade that I was doing has been reset. So we need to work on that. We need to get some funds in. I want to do the cigar factory, more rum, but I have to be. Let's get some shipments in. If you're playing along, just know that the World War era is definitely an era in which you can go into a deficit. And if that happens, that is okay. As you exit World War and go into Cold War, the hope is for me, is that things start to turn around. Eat pineapple, rum. And you'll see we were up to 20% in our prior era. We're back down to 5%. So there's no need of setting long-term. No need of setting long-term agreements. So let's do. So this will be with the Axis. And then let's do. How much meat did we have? And they're going to make a request, so. 60. Yeah, let's do that. So we've got another industry in progress. We're going to go out and get more immigrants. I wish I had some unemployed, but they'll kind of even out a bit. homeless. Let's get some houses. Let's give them a place to live. Oh, let's see what they're. So we've got some well-off. Okay. So let's do some houses now. Let's do a combination of housing. Let's do some flop houses. House. And let's put the flop house there. Our broker.
They call me the broker. I guess I had another name once. But you know what names are good for? Would any of these be of interest to you?
We'll worry about him later. Our Constitution. So, all citizens vote. Wealthy citizens vote. Open ballot elections. Let's do all citizens vote. Pacifist state. Militia. Professional soldiers. Let's go with the militia. And this is our Constitution. These are the only two things that we can affect right now. The rest of our Constitution either requires research or will be unlocked in later eras. So we're clearing up some of these things that are, let's see.
Let me add to your infinite wisdom, Presidente.
He wants an average healthcare happiness. This is not critical. Healthcare is, I find it's a little bit more important as we get into the Cold War, but we'll accept. Let's see, how much is the clinic? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and put a clinic down. It's a bit it's a bit pricey, but it fits perfectly there. Okay. She did not demand it. I'm trying to remember, did Sophia have us put down a grocery? I don't see a grocery. Nope. Oh, there it is. There's the grocery. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's going to be nice revenue. Excellent. Excellent. Now, this is up for debate. I'd like to get into cigars. It's going to be close to 20,000 by the time I buy the blueprint. And I need educated workers. So do I do a high school instead? because I'm going to need both. Let's go ahead and educate people. Oh, that fits nicely. There. This is waiting for resources. Which we should have plenty of. And then we'll add boats as something that we can export. I'm glad I put the high school there. I think that's going to look nice when you combine the newspaper, the clinic, and this high school. Although, I kind of wish the front door, I mean, in reality, there is a walkway. Is that going to bother me? And enough for $2,000 worth.
Quick, Presidente! We must choose a side in this terrible...
All right. Maybe that was money well spent. All right, let's get back to, so he wants us to choose a side. We need to form an alliance with either the Allies or the Axis. We're going to need an embassy. We need to have good relationships. And then we have to ask them. We need to ask them to be an ally. So politics, we have an equal 55 rating with allies and a 55 rating with the Axis. And we need to get up to, it doesn't say, I'm quite certain we need to get up to an 80. So we're going to need an embassy. Let's unlock the blueprint. Well, let's go in baby steps. Let's keep the revenue coming in. Let's make a bit more money. But we're checking things off the list.
I had the nightmare again, Presidente. No, not the penguins. The destruction of Tropico by falling bombs.
He wants an army base. If we build it, it's 5,000, but how much is it to build it? Absolutely not. 22? No, no. We're going to need to build a garrison, more than likely for the Allies. I'm going to tell him no. Let's see here. So the Allies are more than likely going to approach us about a commando garrison because we're going to need to perform raids. So we're not going down the path of... We're going to have superpower as an ally, but we're not trying, at least in this particular playthrough, I don't think I want to become a military power. I want to be able to export, try to keep my people happy, try to stay in power.
Presidente, you look bored. Do you not have an underling to throw oddly shaped objects at?
Stay still, Wolfgang! Do not move!
So export trade with the Axis. We get immigrants. That's why I didn't fill up all of those trade. So I still have 2 trade available. Let's see what he wants, or that we can send. He does want boats. Maybe we do boats.
There. It is complete. Once again, the breadth of El Presidente's awesome political vision is shown.
I'm sorry, but he's good for my ego. That's a nice profit for boats. Let's do that. Let's do boats. And you know, with that in mind, how many extra planks? How many planks do we have? Why not? There.